Well, hello and welcome back here into SVSU Rocket League on Thursdays. Right now we have a B Team's game here. We're streaming here at 9 coming up for you. We just had A Team play at 8. Unfortunately, they did lose in game 5. And B Team tonight actually did play a game at 8 as well. We just were streaming A Team at the time. We don't know the results of that game, but this is their second game of the night, and we were happy to stream this one. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're waiting on the scores to be officially finalized within the system so that way it's publicized for everyone to see. But we see all of the members are getting joined up. Buck just spammed some random gibberish in chat. Looks like we got Monkey Rocket League, A Legend, Elite Nomad, T-Man GG. So it looks like they've got their sub in and ready. We've got a shot opportunity off the post again. Buck's going to take this one up off the wall. He gets a good first touch. Goes for a musty, doesn't quite get the touch he wants, but it's going to be popped up. Can we see Nickname sending this one over?
Gonna hit the crossbar.
And Elite Nomad is going to be able to keep the danger away there. Nickname finding it off the back wall. This is going mid. You see Monkey Rocket League is going to score and strike first, and the University of St. Francis is taking the first goal of the series.
Yeah.
See Nickname swap to Dominus. You know, I don't believe he usually plays Dominus. I think he usually plays Fennec. So that's an interesting tidbit. Elite Nomad's going to have this ball with full boost. Goes up off the wall. Gets a decent first touch. Making it awkward to save. There's going to have to be Snoopy Doopy. Getting it past
Very
one.
nice hit.
Elite Nomad gets a catch. And
it goes in! That's insane!
Whoa. Wow, I'm speechless.
Yeah, it's clearly not going in here. And
well, I was sitting here and I'm like, why did he catch that?
You know, it's funny. You said that too with A Team, that you're like, I wouldn't catch a ball with no boost in front of my net. And obviously, you were saying that because of the goal opportunity, but that was just a really bad catch, and it was on net, and no boost to get it either. So.
Well, the thing about a catch is you need to be comfortable. You need to be comfortable and have a backup plan in case that catch doesn't work.
Exactly.
Because you need to get a very specific angle to get the catch, and it's possible. You know, even professional players don't. You know, they'll mess up the catch sometimes. You need to be able to respond, and if you pop it up like that, or you see it like that situation right there, you have no boost to respond to the catch. This could be a shot opportunity, knocked away by Buck. Gets a couple wall dashes, setting back into the SVSU corner. This is a shot, but back pass off the side wall. See if University of St. Francis can make something of this. Buck gets it over them. And it's going to be bouncing up for last man. Going to get a clear. Nomad going for a shot.
Almost had that.
Almost had a really good angle on it. I don't know if that could have been saved. This would be wide. University of St. Francis definitely getting a lot of close opportunities, just not able to capitalize on it right now.
Yeah, it just seems like they're sending it wide or sending it for a pass.
You see Elite Nomad getting another catch in front of the goal like that. This time he did have boost. Almost a good shot. It's going to be saved again. Just too slow of a roller.
Shot by Snoopy, just probably did not get an angle that he wanted on it, and ends up being a really slow roller. Easy save.
Seen Elite, or Monkey actually. He's going to be taking this one off the wall, and then Legend.
50's that to the side. Going for the boost. Buck now.
Buck just going for a straight shot. A Legend. This is going to go down in front of the goal.
Snoopy.
They don't have a good stop. This could be
Nickname.
a third. Scores! Off the post.
Just like that 2-1 SVSU. Yeah, I mean, Buck, that's really started by that shot right there, and it just kind of leaves the defense like scrambling there.
And I can't say I blame Buck for making that move, because I mean, you know, you can kind of notice. Wow, shot 4. What an angle from Buck. Top right off the side wall. The side wall of the goal.
Yeah, that's incredible. And just got that boost in time, too.
Yeah, as I was saying, you know, Buck putting that shot directly on goal, he kind of noticed that all 3 of the St. Francis defenders were jumbled up, and chances are 2 out of the 3 were going to jump for that first shot. And even if only 1 out of 3 jumps, you saw that. They got 1 save, they got 2 saves. Third man couldn't make that save.
Exactly.
And SVSU was in a really good spot to where they could allocate some resources to that counterattack.
Yeah, and then with that incredible shot from Buck, it's 3-1 SVSU. Now they're going to be looking to go on the offense once again.
Good 50 there from Buck.
James going to have an opportunity here. Going to drop down the corner. Cleared by Elite Nomad. Snoopy trying to play interference here.
Nickname gets a good stop in the corner and gets a good second touch. That's going to buy everybody some time to replenish their boost. And get reset up for a counter attack. This could be Buck off the back wall. Nickname saved by Legend. Really good save to pitch it off the post. And then Nomad's there to clear the danger. Except Snoopy sends it back in, looking for an angle off that back wall.
Oh, that would have been Buck's shot too, but he gets demoed by Elite Nomad. He's
Snoopy
funny,
off
though.
the wall, boostless here. Looking for that corner, does get it. And then Monkey's going to be able to send that one away. Nickname popping it back in. Playing very heavily in the St. Francis half right now. About a minute left in the game to go, just over. Monkey Rocket League looking to get a pinch off the wall, didn't quite get it. Snoopy is going to be looking for a setup over to Legend. Buck should be able to receive this. Draws out two with it. He is bumped, but see Legend going for a really good pass. And then 50'd by Nickname and Monkey.
Buck now might have a step here.
He was looking to play that 50 ball.
Yep.
Gets a decent pinch. Maybe looking for a pinch that was going to turn into a shot, but
Playing with it, passing it over to Buck. Takes a weird bounce off the wall and able to center that one.
Nomad's going to be picking up this boost, and he gets one, and it's just
Scored.
goes right in.
Yeah, just like that. Game's not out of reach yet for University of St. Francis.
Yeah, and it was a good, I don't know what to call it. It was a good touch by Monkey, I believe it was, to send that one forward into SVSU's offensive half.
Just over 30 seconds remaining here. Can the University of St. Francis tie this up, or does SVSU take?
You see a good pinch play, almost a score off that wall. Snoopy looking for a setup. There's going to be Monkey sending it clear. Buck touching it to the corner. That could have been more dangerous than it was.
Yeah, that was a little questionable, but nonetheless, it seems to be working.
I'm assuming he knew that Nickname and Snoopy were back there, so you want to get a back pass, maintain possession, especially in crucial moments like this. One second
remaining.
left. If it touches the ground, then SVSU takes game one.
Just like that, yeah. Very nicely played game here from SVSU. What do you think about this?
I mean, really good, really well fought from both sides. I mean, St. Francis might have, I think they took a little bit to warm up to things. You know, I think both these teams have a little bit different play styles, but they kind of adjusted to themselves really well. You know, they adjusted to each other, and I think it's going to be a much tougher game 2 and 3 moving forward, honestly. It's still going to be extremely close, but I can see St. Francis getting a lot more opportunities. You can tell they're very competent at the 50, and that they're very competent with their passing plays, which can be really dangerous on the counterattack, especially if you're doing your own attacks that take a lot of boost, leave your third man up, rotated really high. It could be dangerous. So we'll have to see moving forward what happens.
And also looking at the stats too, I noticed that the shots were pretty much even from both sides, and actually University of St. Francis had more saves as well. So seems like, once they settle in here, it should be good and should have an exciting game 2 on our hands here as Buck is going in for this corner. He's centering it now, but Nomad went clear but misses it. Puts it in the corner
This
instead.
leaves Francis in a bit of an awkward spot. You know, they're messed.
Oh.
I mean, everything that just happened fixed it for them.
Yep.
I was about to talk about how it's tough for them. Demo on Nickname.
Good hit by Snoopy.
Snoopy.
And the smoke there to get that. Taken away by A Legend. He's Elite Nomad.
Pass over to Nickname. Doesn't quite get the touch. Well, maybe he was looking for that touch. Who knows? Goes back over towards that sidewall. Buck's going to be hitting it, but it's intercepted. Snoopy, catch. Probably wanted to get that 100 boost, but didn't necessarily get the angle he's looking for. Still gets about the best touch he can. Be over to Legend off the sidewall. Maybe a pass. Buck intercepts it. This is dangerous for both teams, honestly. Having a high flyer in the midfield, anybody can take that up and go for a serious air dribble.
Demo there. Buck's that's going to be going in.
Score. Scores.
What a nice play here from Buck.
Yeah, right off the demo, and then Buck just catches it over the two men, and then A Legend wasn't able to get back quite in time.
Yeah, I mean, able to really read that ball and hit it over both those St. Francis players.
Definitely.
Now he's going to have it again, too. He's looking to dribble a bounce off his car.
Yeah, it bounced really high off his car for that one.
Took a trampoline.
You see Snoopy winning a crucial 50 in the corner, but then Nickname missing the follow-up, so they still have to fight for defense. See see what they can do here. SVSU is
Oh,
really heavily committed to that one
Yeah.
side. I saw all of them within about 10 feet of each other. That could have been dangerous.
and clears that. Snuby's gonna have to hit this one. Goes into the corner now. Yeah. Dangerous situation. Ooh, Buck
Ooh.
takes a really weird bounce off the
Oh.
post there.
Yeah, just caught on halfway through the flip.
No, that is
Add some extra rotation you weren't necessarily
probably
looking for.
probably won't ever do that again.
Honestly.
He's a legend now. Nickname trying to stop him. Able to. Nice hit off the wall from Nickname, but he gets demoed in the background.
Yeah, good pinch there off the sidewall to snub out that counterattack and even create a counterattack for SVSU.
Snoopy.
Let's see what they can do here. Buck's got full boost.
If you're trying to contest in the corner now, Nickname comes in.
Nickname. This is going to be Monkey. But
Oh,
Buck
Buck
and
and
Snoopy
Snoopy.
are there.
Maybe a little
Over.
miscommunication.
Snoopy's going to be popping it up. This could be Nickname for a shot. Monkey pops it down. Buck with a 50.
Leaving.
And staying in St. Francis' zone. This is open.
Yeah, it's a couple misses here from St. Francis. They're not able to clear this ball effectively. Means SVSU is going to have a lot of offense here.
Nickname flying in with no boost,
Yeah.
basically. Pops up. This is going to be off the back wall. Monkey's able to send it into the corner and get another follow-up. This could be the Francis turn to counterattack. Pass over to Legend.
Legend
Scores.
And you called it.
I really did.
No, it's funny too. Like you're not able to get these big hits, and finally Elite Nomad able to boomingly clear this over, and A Legend playing up a little bit, able to get that really nice shot off and catches SCS completely off guard. Especially right there, yeah, where it's just kind of it's just in their zone. The ball's not really moving. You don't really expect that fast play to happen.
Exactly. You're so, SVSU played probably a minute straight of offense there. Almost another score by Monkey.
Yeah,
but
good
saved
save.
by Buck.
Demo score Monkey. Yeah, Elite Nomad. I believe Demo's. Let's see his nickname. Yeah, right there. It's a great shot from Monkey, and yeah, having that demo just leaves it wide open.
Yeah,
Just like that, it's 2-1.
Right, Nickname definitely would have been the one to make that save, so it was a really good bump there from Elite Nomad.
Oh, it's an unfortunate hit there from Nickname. Wrong place, wrong time.
Good read on flick, and this could be counterattack territory. See Elite Nomad popping it up. This is going to be snubbed out pretty easily by St. Francis. And like I said, they're coming alive. They're waking up. I told you it was going to be a difficult game.
Nickname now. Yeah, I believe they had a player rotation at some point during that game. Maybe I'm wrong with that, but no, it just seemed like there was a very hectic start for them. But yeah, once they were getting settled in, it's making for a tightly contested game here.
See, something
Chaos in
going
the
on
corner
here in the
at
corner.
the moment, yeah. Nothing but bumps, and that was finally getting out, going to a different corner now. I'm in SVSU's defensive territory.
Monkey, good pop up, making it real awkward to try and read where that ball is going to go.
Oh, but
Misses
misses
the follow up. Does get a bump though.
Another bump.
Another
with
bump.
Snoopy, yeah. Nickname was there though to send this one wide. And
would-
going up for it too.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Snoopy go and demo somebody after getting all those bumps.
I mean, who knows?
It's nothing. It's nothing with him. It's thus is the way of Rocket League.
Oh,
Saved by
nice save
Nickname.
from Nickname on Elite Nomad's attempt there.
It's gonna be sent back in. Snoopy Doopy's there to meet it. Gets a catch. Gets the boost. Gets it past one.
Could be a little bit dangerous. Monkey
Bump saved by
by
Buck.
Buck, yeah.
Even after the bump, able to recover.
Seen a lot of that in both games tonight. 18 minutes. A lot of recoveries off of bumps.
It's important to be able to recover.
Yeah.
Oh, and this could drop down.
Game's trying to clear it right now. 5
5
seconds.
seconds to the game. You can see Nickname looking for a demo. Buck gonna keep it up, and it drops down. Series is now 1-1. St. Francis taking that game 2-1.
Yeah, exactly right in your analysis there. And yeah, St. Francis comes alive, able to get a lot more stops this game and just tie it up here.
Yeah, it's I mean, exactly what happened is what I thought was going to happen. I knew these was going to be close games, and I could tell from game one that St. Francis was going to fight. And I would be shocked if SVSU came and swept St. Francis. This is another one where I think it's super close, and it could really be anyone's game. I'd say accurately, this one is a matter of who wants it more.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely tell there too. There's so many bumps and so many demos that led to St. Francis opportunities here. It's not like both these teams are perfect here. You know, both teams had their fair share of mistakes, and I feel like part of it is SVSU. Certain plays they double committed on were the ones that kind of hurt and started offense for St. Francis. St. Francis, you know.
Right.
And the same going for St. Francis. There were a lot of clear attempts that were missed. A lot of them that were just very slow rolling balls that weren't able to be cleared. So yeah.
We see a little bit of a jumbled defense there. Monkey bumping into a Legend. Luckily, it doesn't turn into anything for him. Good read by Legend. Sending it back in off the mid. Monkey's going off the ceiling. Doesn't get lined up as he wanted to be.
Nomad catching that though. Making nickname him to clear again.
Snoopy.
Sends it up high.
Block.
Ah.
Didn't quite have the angle. I mean, he was flying fast for that.
Yeah, it just goes a little bit right, and you can't really course correct when you're going that fast.
It's genuinely impossible.
They're back into the corner. Just playing catch with the team is right here. Buck trying to
tuck it in.
Yeah, he tried to shoot that one. I thought he was going for a center.
I think everybody
That's
thought he would
better.
go for it.
Score!
Nickname. And what a recognition here. I mean, defense very well could have had a save on any one of these shots with Monkey being right there, an Elite Nomad being right there.
Yeah.
And it was good recognition to see an open shot from Nickname.
It sends it down to avoid it getting blocked, and it goes in.
This is going to be an awkward save for SVSU to make. Snoopy gets one touch on it, sent back in by Monkey. Bump, Buck. Buck's just not getting any breaks. Oh, Monkey
almost
realized he needed to pull off that one after what happened in game one.
Just awkward off the wall, too.
Yeah, super
but it has
awkward.
time, though.
Playing lots of mind games. Elite Nomad gets it over. Pass. That could have been a nutty shot.
Yeah, Monkey
Nomad's
did a
gonna
three-point turn
catch.
for that one.
Hmm?
He did a three-point turn, Monkey.
Yeah, he did.
Go Snoopy now,
It looked
broken
like
up by
more-
Legend.
I think it was like a 7-point turn. I kept seeing him like shot.
Block. Oh, it goes in for a Legend. I think Buck may have tapped this in.
Yeah, I think it might have been rolling up the post. Yeah,
Probably
it was
did,
rolling up the post.
considering he said poop in the chat.
Happens for real.
Hey, gotta respect Legend for that one.
Hey, I mean, you love some friendly banter. I really have yet to see any sort of like negative speak or toxicity in the chats of Rocket League. Elite Nomad's got a breakaway here. It's a one-on-one with Snoopy off the back wall.
Sends
back
high,
post.
though.
And he sends it back in.
Nickname
makes a save. Buck sends it. They're boostless.
Yeah.
Everybody's boostless.
Nickname
Except for
clearing it
Monkey.
again. Yeah, good save though. Nickname on that first shot because he was sprawling off the post and they threw that one. Very awkward angles.
Yeah, extremely awkward. St. Francis has they're able to keep rotating and get boost. SVSU, Snoopy being the only one with boost right now. They're finally able to get a little bit of a counterattack. Elite Nomad with a save. Snoopy sending it back in, looking to try and play the 50 on this one. Gets a sent back in. Can Monkey get a good one? He's reading it, goes to roll off. This is heading towards SVSU's goal. Buck sends it back down. We'll see what's going on here. Off the back post. Monkey looking for a pass to Legend.
Pops it up though. Doesn't really have the boost to follow it, but still in the corner now.
Nomad and Buck 50. We see Monkey is going to drop down if Snoopy doesn't touch it. Not quite in front of the goal, but still shot opportunity.
Buck now looking to try and generate some SVSU offense. Gonna be on
Put it
net.
up. It's a shot. Save.
Oh man, this would have been an opportunity. Block though.
Almost.
Oh,
And
top left.
interesting, on that one, Buck didn't get a shot credit, but Monkey got save credit. Which I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
That's just Rocket League for you. Buck, good read there.
Yeah, Buck getting a really great read. That was almost a shot. And if that would have been back up, Nickname would have had the angle for a second touch to spike it.
100%.
Let's see what's going here.
It's Buck
Snoopy
now.
getting demoed. Buck scores. It's got to be in.
Scores. I didn't want to say it too soon just in case. I was rolling to the right a bit, but Buck.
I had faith. I figured if
Yeah.
it was even going to touch post, it was going to be one of those ones that rolls up on the corner and then.
Yeah, but Buck able to break the last, 4 minutes of gameplay, 3 minutes of gameplay. Really
Snoopy
silent for
recognizing the
goals.
error. Save.
Scores! Snoopy.
And Snoopy recognizing the error right here. Monkey did not get a good touch on that, and then
Yeah.
Snoopy just needed to get a good flick in, and then Legend did not. Legend could have made the save, but with the angle of that one, it's really hard to make that save without having any momentum.
Yeah, I was gonna say Legend was stopped. That's why it went in. If he was going just a little bit,
Double
he might
tap
have been able to get
looking,
it.
gets 2 out of the 3 drawn out. Demo on Legend.
Same hit a player instead of the
Monkey
ball.
shot, saved by
Yeah.
Snoopy Doopy. See Buck and Snoopy both going for this one. They're kind of fighting over possession.
Game's gonna carry it though to the corner.
Entering the last minute here of game 1.
Block now
Buck
Snoopy.
to Snoopy off the back wall as this setup sends it away. SVSU realizes maybe not the golden opportunity that they need, especially when you're up 2 goals.
Yeah, just play it safe, right? You got 45 seconds remaining here. Block clearing that. Nomad's had a really good center, but no one was up there for St. Francis to get that one in.
And that does make me question things a little bit because, I mean, you're sitting here 40 seconds left, and I mean, you're down 2 goals. What have you got to lose? At that point,
Yeah.
I mean, play defense, but you got to be playing aggressively.
Yeah, I'm surprised that no one was up for that shot opportunity. This one
Another
goes in for
board.
Snoopy, and that just about does it.
Yeah, I think it bounces off one of the St. Francis players and then rolls up in. Buck said Mario or Luigi. You know what? I can only imagine what kind of vocal comms we've got going on right now in the esports room for Rocket League. Shot
What a hit from
saved by
Nickname.
Nickname.
Yeah, I mean, the shot goes off the post, but what an angle just to clear that.
Yeah, that was insane.
That was really, I was so worried for that.
But I
for a
wonder,
second.
I wonder if SVSU's Rocket League team is having a little bit of a debate on whether on who's better, Mario or Luigi, because we see Buck asking that in the chat. We'll have to see what the players' answers are. I'm interested to find out.
Just like that, though, SVSU taking a pretty commanding Game 3 win here with
Ye-
the 4-1 victory.
Yeah, 4-1 it's a good lead to have. You know, it's not quite into blowout territory, but it shows you commanded that game and you were very strong with recognizing errors, recognizing opportunities, and everything. And it's important to note that Buck being at the bottom of the leaderboard at 318 and the Monkey being at the top of St. Francis leaderboard at 301. So
Yeah.
the scoreboard doesn't necessarily mean everything, but it's important to take a look at as well. Chuckled a little bit because Nickname said dropped in the chat. He said, "Get ignored, Buck." Nobody answered the Mario or Luigi question.
But what the scoreboard would tell you is that there's probably more ball time possession that SVSU's had in that game too. You know?
Right.
And it definitely seems like it, especially when you get in those 4 goals. But anyways, we're going back here to Game 4, match point for SVSU. Let's see if St. Francis might be able to pull off a win here, though. Of course, a Game 5 as well. So
We're seeing a lot of ping pong get played here. Playing Nomad meaning that one on the wall. Good read, noticing that. It could be a shot. Bunch Snoopy, but Buck's there.
getting a good save.
And Nomad.
Wrong place, wrong
I mean,
time.
maybe he wanted to be there, honestly. That gave him a decent opportunity. As weird, as counterintuitive as it seems. Snoopy. Nomad's going to send it into the corner. We see Buck. He's going to pop it back up off the back wall. Nomad popping it up again. Who's going to be there? Monkey's going to be there.
Who's Nickname now?
Nickname dodging the demo.
Gonna be bumping
We
it up.
see Francis playing a very physical game. You know, if they don't hit the ball, they're always going for a goal line bump on their rotation. And I think that's an important skill to notice.
Definitely.
Because, you know, it doesn't, going across the goal line to go for a bump because you missed your shot or whatever, it doesn't necessarily cost you much extra resources. You know, you might have to rotate out a little bit further, but if you can afford it, why not?
Yeah, Buck likes to go for that boost there. Not many of the SVSU players had boost. Might work out, but no bad there. Save.
Nickname keeping it back in here. This is going to be a really slow ball. And, I mean, they just kind of have the goal line locked down. There's so many players here on defense for Francis.
Nickname just threw it on net because, you know, why not, right? It might go in. That shot goes off the crossbar.
Another one of those times I wish I could hear the ding.
Off the post from Elite Nomad. Empty net, too. Those are the ones that you're
You
gonna
wish
be,
you could have back.
Yeah, you're going to be thinking about those ones here.
Save. You
Yes.
see a wave dash. They're playing very heavy. Legend is the back, or Nomad. No, it is Legend.
Oh, saved.
Saved.
Off the shot attempt
And
from
Monkey
Snoopy.
bumps Legend.
It
Elite
bounced off of
Nomad
the post and the
gets
crossbar.
it over Snoopy.
Demos are happening.
That
Buck,
was almost
though,
a
gets
score.
the clear.
Buck gets a save. Legend. Pass over
That might work. Yeah, that might work for SVSU. Nickname shooting it, but saved by Legend. Man, what a crazy sequence of events here.
No, Nomad looking for the counterattack. Gets one good 50.
Fuck.
Oh, that's a bad 50.
Off the
post.
off the crossbar.
And we've had so many crossbar and post shots already this game. We're only about halfway through it, and I'd say we probably have about 4 or 5.
I know. So many goals that could have been scored.
And we're still 0-0.
Yeah, 2 minutes remaining. This 3 minutes seemed like a blur.
There's
It's
gonna be a
shot.
shot. Score,
Score, monkey. Just like that, goal comes to a halt.
And I mean,
Francis gets the first goal of the game at 2:03. Man,
I know, close save opportunity. I mean, I think it was Snoopy Doopy that went up for it, and he put it. He kind of pounded it in the back of the net, but really, that's a last-ditch effort save. I mean, what other opportunity do you have other than hitting it off the top crossbar? There's going to be bouncing down, monkey.
oh,
Bumped.
yeah. Nickname was also probably going for a shot there
SVSU
too.
is going to be having an awkward retreat, of course. The Buck doesn't get that second touch. Monkey does. Bump.
Ooh.
Saved by Nickname, and he's got a
Nickname.
breakaway.
No!
But Legend.
Legend was there, and I don't believe Nickname just got under that.
Yeah, I think Nickname might have swerved a little bit on accident.
Cleared by Nomad.
Whoa. We see a shot saved by
Saved by
Nickname.
Nickname. Here comes Buck, but no, he gets
Misses the challenge. Snoopy gets a secondary, and I'd like to see one of the players. I was gonna say I'd like to see one of the players going for a bump on Legend, and the other one going for a shot. This is gonna be saved by Elite Nomad.
Yeah, the goal net is locked down, but nobody has boost for St. Francis. They might be recovering now. Seems like only one player does.
Nomad switching the fields here. Buck's gonna be there with boost. Snoopy.
Yeah, there's Monkey getting the demo on Buck.
Cross.
Oh, almost leaves the
Monkey's
net wide
not able to
open.
get that. Buck's gonna go off the wall here. Doesn't get the best of touches, but is a touch that's able to keep the counterattack going. Snoopy.
Gets a good 50, but it's not enough. Legend
Off
goes
that
wide.
back wall, Nickname abandons. Realizes Snoopy's got a better touch here.
Ooh.
Pops it up. Nickname following up.
Able to
This is
stay
heading
with it
towards
now.
the goal. It's popped up by Legend. Entering the last 30 seconds of the game here. I mean, it's only a 1-goal game. Anything can happen at any time.
Saved by Nickname there.
Following up. Snoopy's going to be there. This is going to be off that back wall. Snoopy, the save.
Just flying around the net now. It's gonna be up to Buck.
I know Buck sends
Clears
it
this
wide.
one.
Snoopy. Oh, if he could have gotten one more hit on that,
I
I
know.
think A-Legend there was there to save it, but
1 second now.
1 second. We'll see what happens.
Oh, Buck just catches it a little off, and it goes and hits the ground. 2-2 game, or 2-2 series tied now.
Game 5.
Game 5. Again. Crazy stuff here. I mean, there is, if so many posts, so many crossbars hit, but only 1 goal scored, in St. Francis, who gets that goal. Needed that one to force game 5, and
Right.
now we're back in the situation again here, you know?
And I mean, we see so many game 5s, and I know we've said it before, but you really just got to give credit to the people at NECC, because the first couple years of being in NECC, I remember it was real, like, tough.
Yeah.
You know, I remember the first couple seasons that the Rocket League team played. I think the first season there, you didn't get a single win.
Yeah.
And it was tough. You know, we were just kind of building it at whoever wanted to show up and playing. You know, we didn't have any good placements or anything. The way that the changes that they made, the placement matches, the extra divisions they've added, and everything that they've done to change the way that the league works is a welcome improvement in my book.
You know, I remember 2 years ago, and it was just like, it was really a coin toss if you were going to win the series. It was just like, you know, it's just really hard to
It
play.
felt like it was always 3-0 one way or the other.
Yeah, it was not a
And
very
this
close
is going
series
away, saved.
by Monkey at the last second.
Blended in with that back wall. I didn't even see him. Snoopy.
I feel like SVSU here needs just to be a little more aggressive.
Drop score.
Score!
Nickname.
Nickname.
I mean, a good pass off the side wall there from Snoopy, and just
What a
barely
nice
getting
shot,
that touch
yeah.
from Nickname. I mean, you see two dudes jumped up to commit for that. You thought for sure that they had that, and
Exactly.
the double commit makes it really hard for anybody to make that save
Yeah.
at that point.
Once again, though, Nickname just good shot placement with 2 defenders, and now it's 1-0 SVSU, game 5. Winner
Monkey
takes
with
all.
a fake. Snoopy. Let me see it. Bounce back up. This is going to be going back towards Nomad and Buck are going to go for a 50 maybe. Yep.
Buck reads it off the
Nickname
wall.
off the shot.
Ooh.
Saved by Monkey.
One of those players for St. Francis.
This could be a counterattack opportunity for St. Francis. I think Nickname was able to send it wide. Nickname's up high.
Sends it wide again. Lee Nomad, though, trying to set up.
Snoopy with a good 50 there, preventing a shot opportunity. There's going to be a pass back towards Monkey.
Oh,
Monkey.
Buck tried to read that, but goes sailing past.
Yeah, Monkey grabbing that 50, missing the
misses
second
it.
touch, but gets a third one over to Nomad 50. Buck carries it. He's got an air dribble here. Should give SVSU some time. Snoopy. What a,
Yeah.
If Buck had the boost for that, and Buck loves going for his reads, I've noticed.
Yeah, it's really interesting to watch when that clicks and that one.
But I mean, I guess his first man, why not? You know,
Yeah, I mean, you got
two
nothing to
extra-
lose, right?
Right, you've got 2 extra defenders behind you. If you're gonna go for that challenge mid-rotation, you might as well.
And if it can generate an opportunity and totally throw St. Francis off guard, you might as well do it.
Right. Monkey playing slow here in the corner could spell disaster.
Oh, Buck, I think, missed a shot opportunity there. Or maybe Elite Nomad beat him to it. Anyways, here's Monkey on the left side.
Hard to say. We see Snoopy. He's got possession, but he loses.
Losing it.
Yeah.
He's losing it a
I was
little.
gonna say losing it right in front of the goal. That's dangerous. That's real dangerous. But I mean, it happens. Good recovery from SVSU. Took some teamwork.
Score! Elite Nomad.
And I mean, just perfect place. You know, you could see he was down there in the slot, almost like a center, just waiting for that pass.
And yeah, just able to get a nice backflip and Snoopy. You can't really react to those shots, really, you know, unless you're like reading that shot. But you never know where it's going to go. So.
Right. Well, and I mean, Nomad, he's sitting there right in front of the goal, and so metaphorically speaking, he's right in front of the goalie, and he is the goalie's blind spot. So you can turn left behind him, right behind him. There's no official goalie in Rocket League, but in a situation like that.
Also, I think Snoopy just gave Buck a bump. Go up and get that ball. I'll be honest. I don't know if you noticed that.
Possibility, nickname.
Oh,
it's up back up and a bump.
Oh, saved
by
from Elite Nomad.
Definitely could have been a costly error there from popping it back up and the team bump. I think it was a team bump.
Elite Nomad stealing the boost.
Sending over to Monkeys.
It's Buck with the recovery.
Off the bump. And Buck just
gets a nice pinch too. But Snoopy.
Sent back over. Nickname's going to keep this one in the offensive third.
Yeah, Snoopy just wasn't able to get a shot off of that pinch off the wall.
Laying it off to Legend. Looking for this air dribble. Gets one more touch. Saved by Nickname. And what a shot that was.
Uh-oh.
Buck sending it to the corner. This is an extremely fast-paced Game 5. This is anybody's game. As I said, this is a matter of who wants it more. And I'm speechless at this point. I mean, there's
1-1, 120
so
remaining.
much going on right now. Francis gets it past. Bump.
Snoopy clears to the right.
They squander that offensive opportunity. Nickname bump. Snoopy recovery, going reverse.
He's still got it.
Can we see Buck with a 50?
Going for a shot.
Nomad's caught with an awkward touch. Nickname gets a 50. We'll see what they can do with it here. Snoopy pops it up. Is this a pass? Monkey doesn't have the boost. Monkey misses. Demo on Monkey. Steal that boost.
SVSU's you gotta play back right now.
Nickname's gonna go off this back wall, maybe looking for a pass to Snoopy.
Monkey trying to disrupt and does. It's in the corner now.
Yeah,
Buck trying to clear.
Gets
a good hit. Gets the boost too.
You've got to play for it. He's looking for that
Trying for the read.
Gets a setup. Nomad's there to intercept it.
Now
they've got a quick counterattack. Nomad, Monkey.
Monkey misses.
One more.
Legend, no boost. 20 seconds remaining. Monkey.
Just shoot.
Shot.
Continuing to shoot it. This could be. Francis has got to get back on defense quick.
Oh, Nickname misses
but bumps.
Oh, the bumps.
Nickname picks up that boost in the corner, making the St. Francis counterattack more difficult. Buck. Shot saved.
Not the greatest hit for Monkey. Snoopy pops it up in the corner.
Up in the air. Nomad's got to send this one away, and I think they're going to take it to overtime with this.
It is. Yeah, Buck just stopped. Overtime Game 5. I can't believe it.
I know. It's been I will admit it's been a while since we've seen an overtime.
Yeah.
In Game 5. Or
Let's
just
see
in
what
general.
can
We haven't
happen
seen
here.
a ton of overtimes recently.
Anyone's game, as we know. Very incredible series here from SVSU's B team and St. Francis here.
Snoopy just missing that follow-up. Buck gets bumped away. Nickname backflipping.
No.
Scores Monkey.
Monkey.
Off the error. And that's tough.
Yeah, Nickname and Buck leaving immediately too. I mean,
Actually, I think Nickname may have gotten bumped and tried to recover.
yeah.
And St. Francis is going to be taking the series in Game 5. And I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I said at the beginning it was going to be a matter of who wanted it more, but the way that ended, it's so hard to say.
It's really weird too because we get time is it?
9:42.
You got some time. Give them time to analyze this and break it down a little bit. I think what's really interesting is that I was starting to say it in Game 4 or 5. I don't remember, but St. Francis was being very aggressive when it came to these bumps and these demos, and I feel like SVSU just needed to get their aggressiveness up just a little bit, just to contest with that and to cause chaos a little bit more. And I think that last goal there from St. Francis just resembles exactly what they had to do to win this game, getting a good kickoff and causing chaos, potentially bumping Nickname out of the way, or just even being there around Nickname in the goal line. You know, you're gonna be looking for the demo, knowing that they've been demoing you all game. You're gonna be like, where's this guy coming from? Exactly. And that will just throw you off and distract you. And yeah, the goal from center field, the shot, you know, goes right in. So.
I agree 100%. And it's important to look back and think about all the times that SVSU had shot opportunities where there was 3 St. Francis players on the goal line ready to save it at any point.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how good your shot is. If all 3 players are on the goal line, good luck getting it in.
Yeah, I mean, that Nickname goal from Game 5 was just a perfect shot. It got, you had the third one off the net, and then you had 2, you know, one going high, one going low, and you just able to get it into the right, just like needle through the thread of a shot, and able to get those goals where, yeah, every time you saw St. Francis on offense, they're at the goal.
Right.
And you just couldn't just lob one on net, is what I'm trying to say.
Right. And so you live by the sword, you die by the sword. I mean, they had really good defensive lockdowns with the way that they were playing against SVSU. If SVSU would have started bumping that goal line, you know, think about it. It's almost like a domino effect. You've got 3 cars that are sitting on the goal line waiting to make a save. You hit one of those cars, there's a kind of good chance that one of those cars slides over and hits another car.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, instead of 3 defenders, you've got 1 defender.
That's the other thing too with SVSU getting bumped and only having that 1, maybe 2 defenders back is what leads to these goals that happen.
Right.
And, you know, where it's just like kind of devastating, where it's like, yeah, you got the positioning right, you got everything right, but this guy bumped you, and now you're, you know, halfway across the field, and the net's wide open, and there's like 2 guys up looking for that shot because they know it's going to be an empty net. So it's just unfortunate. I mean, this really could have gone to any team.
Definitely.
But St. Francis with a little bit of aggressiveness and a little more, I don't know, like a little more tenacity in their game, just able to get the win in Game 5 here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, now we've seen 2 Game 5 now, and two losses in Game 5.
It's tough. It's really tough.
But just kind of what we're saying with A team too, I think it's important to say like, hey, yeah, these guys they can hang with these teams. Forcing Game 5 is no small feat. So yeah, I mean,
and I think we might
be going into the C team.
Getting right into the C team match. That was kind of yes, and we have Defiance College.
That was perfect, man.
Or maybe we don't.
No.
Oh, don't get my hopes up.
I heard all the things in my headphone too of joining. You know,
we at least we can confirm we have Defiance College next. So we have a classic rivalry matchup, taking you back to fall 2023. Defiance College. I've stepped foot at Defiance College. All of C team. Well, actually no, only Frog Boy on C team.
So no one on C team.
No Frog Boy.
I'm just messing. But yeah.
But yeah, Emperor Mushroom was also competing in that tournament. But essentially, I believe that was our B team at the time. I don't think we had a C team at that point.
Yeah. That checks out, I think.
I could be wrong, but that feels like so long ago. It's hard to say.
2 years ago, so long ago.
Regardless, I remember the squad that was playing we had Ankuya. Anyone remembers that name? Hoping to see that name come back next year. Hoping and praying.
Should be
Miss Ankuya.
Incredible return.
Ankuya is my goat.
Be like a WWE esque return, you know?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like the only thing that could be even better is if we could shoot, what's his? I can't think of the other gamer tag off the top of my head. I'm not gonna say the real name, but
Son of Edmund? No?
no,
No.
the other one.
That's very helpful.
Anyway,
Helping.
yeah, I'm getting distracted. Back to my story is fall 2023. A team with Ankuya, Emperor Mushroom, and Frogboy 71 made playoffs. I was on that team as a sub, doing essentially the same thing I did now, except instead of casting, I was on the other side of the camera. And Defiance College, they were so kind as to be like, hey, everyone that's in playoffs, if you guys want to come and like hang out at our college, we'll host the event. We'll do in-person playoffs. It'd be a really good networking opportunity. And it was awesome. So we got to meet a lot of players of Defiance College. We got to meet players from SIU and Robert Morris University. There was a lot of different teams there. And it was a whole lot of fun. And I mean, the Defiance College roster has stayed more or less the same over the years. And so it's really cool to see these teams go head to head every single time because they're teams that are familiar with each other.
Yeah.
And it's like this is the closest I'd say that our esports team has to a rivalry per se.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of a friendly rivalry with University of Michigan Flint simply because we seem to play them so much.
Yeah, which makes sense, Yeah, it's kind of hard to have rivalries when it's like in season rivalries.
Right.
Almost, there's not really too much history, but with
Right,
Defiance,
it's constantly
there
changing.
is that history a little bit.
Well, and it's a very early program. I mean, once every team gets some more championships under their belt, you say this team's got 6 championships, this team's got 6 championships, then there's going to be a rivalry.
Oh yeah.
So on and so forth. But developing rivalries in esports is a little bit funky. But I always get excited to see when we played Defiance College. It brings back memories. I feel so much history, and I'm just so excited for this matchup. I remember seeing when I was running stream last week on top of casting that we were supposed to play Defiance College last week, but it ended up getting rescheduled, and I'm excited that we get to stream it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it said Defiance College on the name.
Hopefully that story was for a reason, right?
Yeah.
I'm just messing. But yeah, hopefully we get to continue that history, But
right.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are going to go to a very short break. I don't think that there's too much more for us to be yapping about until then.
Got about 10 minutes until 10 p.m. when is our scheduled time to stream C Team. So yeah, and hopefully it is Defiance College, and hopefully we can continue this long growing history that we have with them. And with that being said, we'll be back. Stick around.
Yeah, stick around for tonight's matchup. See you soon.